from Wild Balls. In the previous video we looked at my clown projects that I have going on. Today I'd like to take a look at another recessive project that I have, and that's Pieds. This guy here is my male pastel pied. You can see he's very, very bright yellow, lovely yellows down the side, quite a low white example of a pied, and that means that you get a good sense of what the pied gene actually does to the pattern of the snake. Pied not only makes these white patches and the saddles, but is also a pattern influence on the other genes that are in this snake. So you can see the beautiful pattern down the back of this guy, little paradox patch here, beautiful, beautiful white. And this guy is about 3 years old, and I started the pied project with a pair. I got two pastel pieds, one of which was this guy, the other one was supposed to be a female, and I had them for 2 years. I grew them up to size and tried to breed them, and of course they turned out to be two males. Why I didn't probe them and double check at the time, that's a mistake I made. So my first attempt at breeding the pied project was to try to get killer pieds, or that's the super pastel pied. So I had the right snakes for it, but the wrong sex. So that male, the other male, I had no trouble at all finding an alternative home for him. He went to ARP Constrictors to join the breeding team there. I was gratefully accepted, but I couldn't find a mature female pied to pair this guy up with. So that put my pied project back by at least a year, and I ended up pairing this guy to a normal female. So let me just put this guy away. And I'll show you some of the babies that he produced. So these are babies that I'm holding back, and this is a pastel 100% het for pied female, and I kept two of these out of the clutch. There was a clutch of 7, and 5 of them turned out to be pastel. So I kept 2 of the females. I kept this one because she was the prettiest one, and I kept this one because she was the biggest one. So these are now growing up quite nicely. You can see they follow the colour pattern of the father. The flanks of these snakes are really, really bright, light coloured yellow. So these are rapidly getting up to size. So this is my ticket to the killer pieds. These are pastel het pieds, so if we breed them back to their father, there's a good chance that we can get the killer pied that I wanted to start with. So those are 2 holdbacks from him from last year. And I also kept this guy. This is a male, it's a normal, 100% het for pied. And I didn't really need a het pied male, but I kept this guy because of the beautiful ringer on his tail here. You can see that orange ring on his tail, and also if we look underneath his belly, you can see that the ringer actually extends onto the belly as well and goes right across here. So I just kept this guy because he was so pretty. I have no reason to keep him, but we're growing him up anyway, and who knows what will happen to him in the future. So those are 3 holdbacks from the pastel pied male, and late last year I was able to pick up a subadult female, and this is a female. This is just a normal pied. She's quite dark. There's no black pastel in this. She is just a normal pied. And again, you can see she's a low white example. And the colour on the flanks, the oranges that she has on the flanks here, just superb. And again, you can see the variation in the pattern along the back, how the pied gene actually works with the pattern. So not just a colour mutation, but also a pattern mutation. And this girl, I should say, is now breeding size. She's up to over 1500 grams now, and she's locked once with the male. So she's going to be late this season if she goes at all, but she is breeding age now and she has locked up with the male. So hopefully we'll be able to get a clutch of genuine visual pieds this time. Perhaps we'll get some pastel pieds out of the pairing. So that's fantastic. She's reached size quite quickly, but I was fortunate enough to be able to pick up a sub-adult rather than just a hatchling. It's very rare that they actually are available for sale, but I got this from a hobbyist breeder who was actually leaving the hobby, and I picked up a number of snakes from him, and this was one of them. You can see she's got a bit of poo on her at the back end there. A beautiful, beautiful girl. Plans for the future with these guys. I'm going to show you another snake. Again, I picked this snake up last year as a sub-adult. This is another female. And this is a leopard ivory female, or silky way. So she is super yellow belly, and you can see from the head stamp that's the only sign that she is leopard. And you can see she's got the faint yellow line all the way down the back, and she is growing very, very quickly. Really good eater, and she should be up to size hopefully for the next breeding season. So this is again a leopard ivory, and my plans when I bought this girl, when she first came into my collection, was to actually put a clown to her. I wanted yellow belly and I wanted leopard into my clown projects, but in the last video we saw I've already paired a yellow belly pastel spot nose to my female clown. So this year we should have some spot nose and potentially yellow belly het clowns, which will mean that this girl will free her up. I won't need her to produce the hets for my clown project. That will free her up to go to a pied male. So I can get yellow belly pieds or yellow belly het pieds from this female, which will enhance my my pied project. So that could go one of two ways. I have two plans for this female depending upon what clown hets I get this year. I can either put her to a clown or I can put her to a pied. So that's one to wait and see. So that's my pied projects. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the snakes. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.